Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show. Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. And as you know, this show has many different people on, and we're going from one extreme to another extreme right here. I have Maximus Twister, and he's actually in the burlesque arena. So you are a burlesque dancer. I think we always think of burlesque dancers as being women.
Most of them are.
Most of them
yes.
are.
I'm a minority.
You are a minority.
Right.
He doesn't look like a minority, but he certainly looks like a single person out there with this suit on. Absolutely love it. I think he really... Oh my God, I didn't...
Yeah.
I told him I wanted this suit, and he said, well, I need it. And I was just joking, but... Can you see me walking up and down Vegas Boulevard?
I could see you walking like
Yeah, of course,
that.
absolutely. Why not?
This is unisex.
This is unisex. Oh, look at the shirt. It's beautiful. Always got his body things showing.
I don't have pasties on. So.
You don't have pasties on, but did you wear them sometimes?
Well, men are they're not required to wear, but most men do in support for women because women have to wear pasties.
Yeah, we have to have some. Yes.
Because of blue laws. So,
yeah, the law.
So most of men who perform burlesque,
they
wear for support for women.
Oh.
So I only don't wear them if I'm in a show where there's no women at all. Like if it be like all-male show.
All-male show.
I might
do
take it off.
Do they have an all-male burlesque? I guess they do.
It's not very common.
No.
Even if it's all-male burlesque, they usually have some kind of variety performer, and like could be like drag queen, which is it's a male but they present females. So
yes. So it's
or it could be like a singer, which is
now
woman.
This gentleman is talking with an accent. So my producer said, "Where are you from?" He said, "Chicago," and he said, "That accent isn't from Chicago. So where are you originally from?"
I'm from Lithuania originally.
Lithuania. How lovely.
Yes, but when people ask me when people ask where I'm from, I always say I'm from Chicago. They say, no, you're not from Chicago.
Well, you're not. We all know that. Like me saying I'm from America.
Then I explain. I say I'm from Lithuania originally.
Now, Lithuania is obviously part of Europe and all that stuff.
Yes.
And what made you leave there and come here?
Well, most people who come here, they come looking for better lives.
Yes. So you came looking for a better life.
And at that time, it was still that legend floating in the air that everything is better in America, like American dream.
Yeah, but the problem is everything is better in America. But the problem is
it's a different better. It's just
a different better. I like that.
Yes.
It's a different better.
Yes.
I like that because in America people work so hard. We work very, very hard. A lot of people have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Europe, they don't do that.
Well, they work hard, but in a different way.
In a different way.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you
cannot say that they don't work hard.
Oh, no, but they work, but in a different way.
In a different way. It's
but
just
they
like
now have a
lifestyle.
siesta. They'll have a siesta in the afternoon.
It's just different lifestyle.
I like the way you
maybe
put that.
They don't live that much just for work. They also know how to balance maybe better. Maybe that would be the difference.
I think that's the difference. And I love that. I think you should take my seat and I'll sit there. He explains it better than I do. So what made you go into burlesque? Did you just like dancing as a young child?
I danced all my life since I was 6, but I was doing Lithuanian folk dance. It was like an ethnic dance, and it was mostly designed for big stages. And I was in a company for almost 13 years, which was not professional, but they on a level of professional. They would have competitions, and we always get the first place.
Yes.
So it was based on classic ballet training. It was ethnic steps.
So you had the
stage,
stage,
I had stage presence,
which is great because that gives you how you have to stand and how you have to move on stage and how you stand. Because it's all totally different to what you do in your everyday life.
Yeah,
it's every movement you make on stage is very definite. It's a very definite.
You keep your shoulders back. You keep your chest in some particular way. The way you walk.
Yes, you take command. Actually, is what you do.
You could be backstage completely humped like this, and then
you get
time to go, and then you're like this.
You're like, it's like the presence. Your presence comes in.
Right.
And the better you are, and that's why they always say that theatre training is great to become an actor. So, now, where are you performing and what are you doing?
Well, currently, because of COVID, there's not really going on.
No.
They open a bit everywhere, like some places, some venues, some shows.
But the entertainment's been slow opening.
Yeah, like some people did virtual shows for a while.
Yes.
Like when the pandemic started, a lot of people switched to doing like Zoom
and everything. I started a Zoom show
or
too.
YouTube or something, and then so I was in one YouTube show and I was in one Zoom show.
Yeah,
but I just didn't find that.
Well, you don't have the audience. You don't have the energy.
It was just completely different experience. Like I didn't like it because, like for me, when I go on stage.
You take
it's
the press,
the
you
audience.
take it on. Yeah.
You get the energy. You feel
get the energy
feedback.
from the people that give you the encouragement to.
Right.
Well, I'm getting clapped for that.
When
I'm
you're in
do
front
that
of
better.
camera, no audience, you don't know if you're doing stuff right.
True.
Because
True.
I often adjust my act to the audience. If I see that, I could make an extra step or make an extra move because that person is interested in that.
Yes.
So every act is a bit different depending on the audience. When you don't have audience, then you have to fake it all.
Absolutely. So when you get up, you get dressed burlesque. How do you get dressed? What are the clothes that a man would wear rather than a woman would wear?
Men in burlesque use different styles. Some of them more like masculine clothing, some of them more feminine. Some of them mix it together. And some,
what do you do?
And some do more like drag. I choose butch burlesque, which is masculine burlesque. So I might mix some kind of items like boa or corset once in a while.
You could have this suit on with boa around.
Yeah, but mostly my costumes are pants, shirts, jackets, vests, ties,
and you
bow
dance.
ties.
Do you ever do any speaking in it? Do you ever do any singing? What do you?
I never sing and dance. But I was thinking about it. But
do you have a voice?
I do have a voice, and I went to music school.
Can I hear your voice?
Oh, I'm not gonna sing now.
I'm so bad, aren't I? You don't have to sing.
I can sing. I can dance.
See? There's a voice
and
there.
And I have accent.
Oh, I love the accent because when we have an accent, it flows out a little differently, doesn't it?
I did think about singing and dancing, but it's very hard. Some people do that. They do burlesque and they sing.
Yes.
But it's very hard because the breathing and everything. Like you.
Well, you have to breathe.
You're on stage maybe like 3-5 minutes, and sometimes it doesn't seem like you like that physically active. You don't do much. But when I get off stage, I'm panting like I was running marathons. So
But isn't that funny when you're on stage? Because I've done that.
Yeah.
You're on stage, your energy is so nothing. I mean, everything works. Everything's fantastic.
Right.
And as soon as you get off that stage, it's like
you feel exhausted.
Yes, you do.
But that's the same thing. Like if you're tired, you didn't sleep for days, and you're tired, and you barely can walk. When you have to go on stage, you're there, you're present.
Yes.
And you do those like 3-5 minutes perfectly.
Yes.
And then you walk out and you're dead.
I know, it's funny. So, where are you performing now? Are you performing?
Well, right now I don't have anything scheduled as per se, but I'm waiting for pandemic to be over and then...
Well, it is over now. They say June 1st is that everything's opening up, everything's happening.
I was thinking about starting my own show, actually.
Well, why not?
Producing my own show, and I wanted to do it more like speakeasy style.
A speakeasy,
have like
have
secret locations, have somebody with passport.
Well, down, I think it's downtown, isn't it? Which is the Fremont Street. You could do an awful lot there, couldn't you? Now, would you have other people with you to do that?
Well, if I would produce a show, that I would book other performers to do with
you. Yes.
I would not do one-man show because that would be very hard. Because I would have to change into different outfits, like so many numbers.
Well, you could come on with 6 outfits underneath this coat. You could have this.
Yeah, you
coat.
could.
Then you peel the coat off and you do one, and then you peel the dress off and you do another, and then you.
Well, it would be sort of striptease, but not like. Strip.
Not sure. Whatever that means. Whatever that is.
You take some outfits off, so it's stripping.
Yes.
You don't have to go completely nude.
No. So how would you encourage other men like you that would like to do this and sort of maybe a little shy on doing it? Because burlesque for a man is such a different thing. But I don't see any difference.
I don't think it's just for men. Like a lot of people who go into burlesque who want to perform and start performing. Yeah. They always, well, not always, in many cases, they want to overcome something.
Yes.
Like if they're shy in outside, or they're shy in front of audience, or they're shy of stage, or they don't feel comfortable doing that. If they have some kind of insecurities, they often want to overcome that by doing burlesque.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So you would think burlesque is like it's all stage and it's like all glamour, and people are watching you. So you think people should be like very confident in themselves.
They should.
But a lot of people are not. But burlesque helps them to overcome that.
That's interesting.
So when you watch them on a stage, you're like, oh my God, how that person can do all this.
And I can do that. I could go out there and I could do, the same thing and everything else. And it's funny because unless you try it, you go out there and you start trying it, it's really not as bad. You try it in your front room and whatever. It doesn't matter where you try. And then you start seeing and it's gaining that confidence as to who you are of a person.
And it's not just go on stage and perform. Also, burlesque is taking clothes off. So you also have to be comfortable to take your clothes off.
Yes.
And sometimes they go like to paces in underwear. So that's like, for a lot of people, that's a big thing.
Yes.
To go out, unless you're nudist. I mean, nudist would be comfortable.
Well, nudist, you don't have to take anything off,
right.
do you?
Yeah, but you feel but nudist feels comfortable being naked.
But there's a lot of people who love being nude. I personally would not. But there's a lot of people who are very comfortable when they go to these nudist camps and everything else and walk around and think it's...
But if you're not feeling comfortable doing that, then you need to overcome that. Yes. To be on stage and remove clothing and be in front of the audience with no clothes on.
So your dream at the moment, which is a dream, and let's hope it comes to fruition, is to have your own show.
Yes.
And I think that you should do that. I think that would be absolutely amazing. And talking of someone's own show, I have the Carpenters here, a tribute concert. And this is presented by Quirky Minds Media. The Carpenters, a tribute concert. This is also a Stoners. It's the Stoners Rockin' Country, and that's at Town Square on Vegas Boulevard. It starts at 7. Tickets are $15 to $29. I don't know what the difference is, but anyway. And their residency begins May the 11th. Obviously, that's gone by. But they're every Tuesday and Wednesday, 7 o'clock. So and Stoners is a fabulous place to go. That's maybe where you could start sort of maybe talk to these people, and you could be part of, I don't know, you never know what someone's going to do.
Right.
You never know what's...
You never know when you're going to meet somebody who is going to be putting you on stage.
You don't know that. You really don't.
Could be some random person.
Some random
Lyft driver.
And it might be somebody you don't even... There you go, a Lyft driver, Uber driver. You don't know who they are. I mean, I'm sure you've got another job.
I gave so many business cards in Lyft and Uber. Just taking trips and talking to people, and sometimes there's a person who also does burlesque.
Yeah, there you go. You never know.
Right.
So go to see the Carpenters. I've seen their show a couple of times. They're both amazing and they're both wonderful. And how can anybody reach you?
I have Facebook page, Maximus Twister, and recently just reached 12,000 followers.
Oh, good.
And I have Twitter. I don't use that much Twitter. Mostly on Facebook, and also have Instagram account maximus.twister. But if you Google me and you just enter Mr. Twister or Maximus Twister, usually like a lot of pages pops out. Some of them have videos. I have videos on YouTube. I have my channel on YouTube, but I try not to put videos of my acts there because I want people to come and see the show.
But at the moment they can't because there's no show. Put your act up there. So Maximus is really an unusual gentleman. I like the way you dress. I like the way what you do. I think it's amazing. And we've seen more and more of the burlesque actually coming out. When people are talking about it. And I think people are seeing it as a different thing. Years ago, it was a risque thing. It was a risque before, but now so many people are, they take their clothes off and do all these crazy things and even walk around half naked. So it doesn't make any difference anymore. We're all human. We've all got everybody has the same body, except, women have one body and men have another. It's just put in a different form.
Right. But also nowadays, maybe it's not a novelty anymore. Maybe in old times it was more like mostly women. So to see a man perform burlesque would be like outspoken or like
it was outspoken with women,
right?
With men.
But now it's not a novelty anymore because you can do anything you want.
Anything you want. What would people think in Lithuania of you doing burlesque? Do you have a big name there?
I don't think anybody know. Well, my family and my friends know that I perform burlesque, but it's not popular there.
No, I wouldn't think it
And
would.
I don't know if anybody's even doing that. I know in Estonia, which is like three
Estonia,
Baltic states,
yeah.
Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia.
Yeah, they're all
In
together.
Estonia, I think they do burlesque, but I don't
Burlesque.
think anybody's doing it in Lithuania, or at least I didn't hear about it.
Well, you've been a fabulous guest. You've
Thank you.
opened up a few minds out there. So if you want to be a burlesque dancer, just don't be shy about it. Go out there and do it. And you did it. Well, he's been doing it
If
since
I
he was
can do
very
it,
young.
anybody can.
There you go. It's absolutely wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. And all the guests we had today was absolutely amazing. Each one was totally different. So the brain had to keep changing as to where we are. It's like, you know, we're talking about this, we're talking about that. But it's all very amusing. It's all very, you know, this is what life is. Everybody has a different path to go up, a different path to go down.
That's show business.
And that's show business. That's what life is. We're not all entertainers, and we're not all credit card people and whatever you want to call everything.
Right.
We'll be right back next week with all more guests and everything. And thank you for watching. And don't forget to go to YouTube, subscribe, Vegas Live with Ninon.
Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe, Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back, Vegas Live with Ninon.